Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. Hope you are well wherever you are. Haven't been on here in a couple of days, so I just wanted to jump on with some news. I'm sure some of you may have heard about this before, but some of you may not. So I just thought I'd just jump on and say hello. How are you? I miss you all. Again, welcome to Facts and Two Cents. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Pula Guy, the chickens, all of us here at Sussex Squad. Welcome, 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 welcome. Anyway, what is happening in the world of royal, of our faves? What's happening? Well, our faves are quiet. They're doing whatever they're doing in California under a tree, just being amazing. And we just love that for them. So, you all just stay there doing that, and we will just be happy while, Shutter Island is being Shutter Island. And so, yeah, we haven't really heard from them apart from the wonderful work that they're doing and that's been coming out. And so, not specifically from them, but from the organizations that they are working with. So, just in case you didn't hear the last couple of days, I'm just going to go through. It's going to be a little quick one this video is going to be a quick one that I'm just going to drop. But you know what? Let's just add some music onto this. And so that way we can enjoy some music. Hopefully it's not distracting in any way. And so, yeah, I'm just going to put it at 38. Yeah, it's a little bit low. Yeah, let's leave it there. And that's just going to play under it. And hopefully, again, it's not distracting in any way. But it's always great to, when you do things with a little bit of background music. It never hurts. So anyways, so yes, our faves are doing whatever wonderful thing they're doing in California. And we are seeing the fruits of that right now. One of the wonderful things that's happening, actually, as we know that Prince Harry and Prince Ciso, the founders of Sentebale, I'm just going to move myself out of the way so I can read that. Hold on 1 second. Move myself. There we go. Let me move myself out of the way. And as our little scrolly thing at the bottom there says, before I get to Sentebale, if you have not subscribed, if you're new here and haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And like and share this video. And if you're able, join the channel. That would be awesome too. So I'm going to move my banner and I'm going to bring it back later on. There we go. I'll bring that back later on. And yeah, so there we go. So Sentebale, they dropped their reports, their accounting report for the organization a couple of days ago. And so, that was from last year, what they did last year. And so it's been amazing. They have grown. I think last year, the year before, they raised, I think the last quarter, of last year, they raised like 4 million something. Part of that is from what Prince Harry has given or gave from his book Spare. I think he donated 1.5 million to Sentebale, and a part of that report, and as you can see, the different places that the different organizations that they acknowledge who were part of, whether it's fundraising or giving money to them. It was amazing, an absolutely amazing time for them to be able to raise funds, especially, coming from COVID. And we know what happened to COVID. Everything shut down and every organization struggled coming out of COVID and really, trying to survive and being able to raise funds. And it's been an amazing thing. And so so a couple of things, as you look at the list of the acknowledgements, so apart from Prince Harry's donation, and I should have highlighted it, and I didn't. And you can see Mark and Melissa in the center. So you see column 1 and column 2 in the acknowledgements. If you go down a little bit, you see Mark and Melissa Ganzi and the Aspen Valley Polo Club. And if you remember, when Harry and Nacho do their polo matches, as you can see Prince Harry with his Sentebale t-shirt. They play a lot with Mark and Melissa Ganzi. They're usually on their team, and they're like young people. And so they play with them, and so they they donate money. The Ganzi family donated money to Sentebale as well. And right under them you can see Nacho is also part of that. They were also part of playing in the Polo Cup, which Sentebale always wins because it's the Ganzis and Nacho and Harry and this other man that played along with them the last time. I don't remember what his name is, but they were in Colorado playing. So they were part of it. And actually one of the Ganzis, the young one, did an interview, and I should have brought that in, where he talked about, I think he's like 24, I think. He talked about just being able to play polo around different parts of the world and different parts of the US. And also one of the great things about it was along with playing, he was able to play for the in support of Sentebale, and how much that meant to him to be able to be a part of Prince Harry's team and play and support Sentebale. And so that's wonderful. And if you can see our highlight, one of the people highlight, or one of the organizations highlight, not that we're an organization, but it's Sussex Squad. Of course, we remember that we, I think it was that Archie Lily fundraiser, birthday fundraiser was for Sentebale, and they definitely acknowledge all the money that Sussex Squad donated to Sentebale, and so they're part of the acknowledgements. And so so of course, when they acknowledge, and an organization that's a part of Harry acknowledge the Sussex Squad, there'd be jealousy and attitude on Shutter Island. Of course, it wouldn't be, and it's funny because the Royal Foundation also donated to Sentebale, as you can see at the bottom there. So I don't know how much the Royal Foundation donated, but they also donated to Sentebale. But it was very funny. The moment they saw Sussex Squad, because when we saw it in there, we started retweeting it, and the British press picked it up, and there's jealousy, snark, and attitude about the fact that Sentebale, Prince Harry's charity, acknowledge and thank the Sussex Squad because we raise funds. So of course, again, this brings snark. And so, but before we even get to the snark of the UK, these are some pictures. They didn't even come out all that great. But these are some pictures of Prince Harry and the goings on there. And a part of their release of their finances, they also released a little video narrated by Prince Harry, just basically sharing about Sentebale and the next chapter, what they're going to be doing, what they have done, how it's impacted the men and women, or the young people in Lesotho and also Botswana, and also what their goal is and what they're going to be doing in the future, and just the incredible impact they really have had on the youth of Lesotho and Botswana. And so that is really, if you haven't watched it, all the links for all of this is going to be in the show notes, so you can definitely just check the show notes and also just use the links there. But these are just some photos from that, from different times with Prince Harry and Princess. So at the top there, on the top right, who the two princes who started this in honor of their moms, and you see Prince Harry at the bottom there on the left with a bunch of the young people from Sentebale. And so, of course, jealousy on Shutter Island. How dare Prince Harry's charity acknowledge the Sussex Squad? So leave it to the Telegraph, the ridiculous ones at the Telegraph, to have an attitude about that. Prince Harry Sentebale charity thanks controversial. It's like, well, we'll take controversial. They used to call us bots before, so I guess we've graduated from bots to controversial Sussex Squad for helping to raise funds. Army of social media followers have previously been spotlight after some members indulged in online abuse of the Duke's critics. I wouldn't say it's abuse. We are, when someone attacks the Sussexes, we just don't allow them to be racist and abusive in peace. We're not abusive. We just, basically, not allow your racist people, and especially racist reporters and lying reporters from your paper, The Telegraph, namely Camilla Tominey being one of them, to be lying and racist in peace. So there you go. And Camilla Tominey is a liar was trending a couple of days ago for a couple of days. Yeah, of course, So moving on, what else it says? It says Prince Harry's charity Sentebale has thanked Sussex Squad army of social media supporters for helping to raise funds. In the charity's annual report, the Sussex Squad, a group of online superfans who have supported the couple since they left the UK. We've been supporting before they left the UK, and we're not super fans. We are squad and supporters. Get it right. Were acknowledged for their efforts to raise money. The internet army, well, we are that, that works to support Prince Harry and his wife, as well as tear down those who criticize them. Yeah, that's true. Uses Twitter to mobilize support and raise funds for the couple's various charities. Yeah, we do that. And talk about tear down part. It says, in one case, because it's talking about how the Sussex Squad go after anybody who criticizes or who lies on the Sussexes. And so it goes on to say, in one case, Victoria Arbiter was branded Nazi Barbie, toxic, racist, liar, and apartheid Vicky for commenting on Oprah Winfrey's interview with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Miss Arbiter, the daughter of the Queen's former press secretary, described the onslaught from the Sussex Squad as relentless, as they ultimately urged CNN to sack her. Rightly deserved. And so let me go back here with this little Victoria Arbiter thing. First of all and foremost, get it right, Telegraph. She is branded apartheid Barbie, not apartheid Vicky or Nazi Barbie. Maybe a couple people may have called her Nazi Barbie, but definitely apartheid Barbie. That's her name. So get it right, Telegraph. Apartheid Barbie. She's from South Africa or Zimbabwe or wherever she's from. But apartheid Barbie is. Yeah, she been called toxic racist. Like, yeah, I could see that. And total lie. And the fact that, the Telegraph is like, oh, because she commented. We did that because she commented on Oprah Winfrey interview with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Excuse me. It was a little more than commenting, and we know that because we've covered that extensively. Just in case we forgot. I was tweeting about this, in 2022. This happened 2021. So the whole thing happened in 2021, and we all were like, you are a liar. And she started she was going through all this stuff, and she never apologized. I mean, I remember even tweeting at her like, look, instead of making excuses for what you did and trying to, gaslight people, you need to apologize. You need to apologize for what you did. People depending on you to tell the truth, and you lied. You basically took money to lie, claiming, and if you don't know the story, all four of these people, Victoria Arbiter, her father at the top right, Dickie Arbiter, and a woman down there from, Majesty Magazine, and Richard Fitzwilliams at the bottom right. What's her name from Majesty Magazine? I don't even remember. It's just so not even relevant, at the moment. But Anyway, all four of them took money from these two guys who go around and really, they go around and prank people. And they're on YouTube and they prank people. And they took money from these two guys to basically do a video about the Oprah interview as if they have seen the interview before the interview aired. Nobody had seen the interview, and they did this interview, took money from them to do this, what they thought was a television show, for money, and lied and pretending that they had already seen the video. And so, of course, it was a prank, and they got exposed. And then instead of just apologizing and like, okay, you know what, my bad, this is wrong, I should not have done this, Victoria Arbiter has been on this mission to clear her name and to, lie and to gaslight people that, oh, she did not do this, and she was tricked into it. And then she was claiming that, she was suicidal. And, look, which is what I tweeted at her, like, look, I am sure this was really hard. This was embarrassing. I could understand all those feelings and emotion. You feel like my life is over because now I'm outed. I lost my job at CNN. They don't hire, NBC is not using me anymore because of it, because you basically jeopardize their content because of your lies. And so I could understand all of those things, her feeling the way she did. But I'm like, that still doesn't mean you get a pass. You still got to apologize for what you did. And she never has. And so she has been on this mission to clear her name and using every white woman tear there is that's in her body to claim victimhood, including, the guys, like, they tricked her and all of that stuff. And so the latest thing she did this thing on LBC. The Telegraph's lying reporter, Camilla Tominey, has a show on LBC. She went on LBC claiming that the Sussex Squad was a part of, attacking her. And basically, she's basically saying, I think that the Sussex Squad is responsible for what happened to her. And part of it was, she was also claiming that she lost her eyelashes and all of that nonsense. And so Victoria Arbiter has been playing the victim, even though she is the one that took money to lie and has never apologized. And so when Telegraph is referring to, that the Sussex Squad came after Victoria Arbiter, and she was like, they're unrelenting. Yeah, because we will not let her lie. We would not let her use her white woman tears to claim victimhood, and where, it's other people have done this to her. And so whenever she pulls that, the squad goes after her and be like, no, you are a liar. You need to apologize for what you did. We are not going to allow you to lie in peace. And so she has not liked that. So again, Telegraph reporter, that's who she used to the last time she was using last year to claim victimhood. So this is where I was tweeting last year. So just so I understand this, Victoria Arbiter took money to appear on a show with her father, Dickie Arbiter, and two other fake royal experts, and lied about the Oprah Winfrey interview before it aired. Now she's shedding white women's tears because she is facing the consequences of it, and blaming the Sussex Squad because she is embarrassed at being exposed for the fraud that she is. Victoria Arbiter has never apologized for her fraudulent behavior. She has never owned up to taking money to deceive the people who trusted her royal commentary. Let me move myself out of the way there. It's a full screen. I'm just going to move myself, my brand out of the way so that way it's not blocking. There we go. And instead of apologizing and making amends for her deception, Victoria is trying the tried and true method of using her white woman tears again, sympathy at the expense of the Sussex Squad. Yeah, that's why she was on that show, blaming the Sussex Squad for what has happened to her, while all we were doing was holding her accountable and letting her not get away with lying again. And who she assumes are mostly Black women. Make no mistake about it, Victoria Arbiter is not a victim. She promptly blocked me. And I even did a show about it. The audacity, one of it is the audacity of apartheid Barbie. Yes, that's what we refer to her as, apartheid Barbie. Not as, maybe a couple people maybe use Nazi Barbie, but it's usually apartheid Barbie. I think actually, I think, was it Tina from Sussex Squad podcast, I think, that came up with apartheid Barbie? I think it's Tina. I could be wrong, but that was the first. I think Tina was the first person I saw that tweeted it. So she may or may not have come up with it, but for me, the first person I saw tweeted and used the name apartheid Barbie, I think, was Tina at Sussex Squad podcast. But yeah, this was her last year after, again, Telegraph reporter, the same one who's claiming that we were attacking Victoria Arbiter because she used their reporter to do the, to again gaslight people and then try to be victim, try to claim that she's a victim. And so, but no, you're not a victim, Victoria. Never been a victim. You have yet to apologize. And, you keep lying, your eyelashes will keep falling out on you. That's all I got to say on that one. But anyways, they're, obviously the British press, they're upset and a little bit snippy about the fact that the Sussex Squad was acknowledged for our wonderful work. Yes, we don't just go after people for attacking the Sussexes. We don't just call people out and hold them accountable. We are on here raising funds because, as Harry and Meghan says, service is universal. We are definitely always out there supporting organizations that they support. I mean, look at what we just did for Harvest Home LA. I mean, all these gifts and stuff that they got off their wish list from the Sussex Squad. It's amazing. What we do is amazing. We are incredible. This community is absolutely incredible at raising funds. I mean, there is no other, supporters out there that's like the Sussex Squad, that we're not only on the internet, there for our faves and just really pushing back on the negative lying narrative, especially from the British press. We're on here raising funds and doing great things for people. So kudos for all of us in this community, all of you guys who are on here that has donated, and shared. And even if you didn't have funds to donate, you liked and shared and, all of the information to people who maybe are able to donate financially, anything you did, to further this cause and to help support Sentebale. Amazing. Kudos. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I know the young people who are a part of Sentebale are most graceful, and also too Harry and Francisco and all who are who take care of the organizations of Sentebale. So kudos to everyone, and thumbs down to the Telegraph and lying Victoria Arbiter. Boo. So there you go. Moving on. Talk about Polo. Oh, this is sad. This one is a little bit sad. Santa Barbara Polo Club put out their list for their spring 12-goal series that Los Padres was a part of last year. And unfortunately, Los Padres is not a part of it this spring, which is really sad because we're all, all of us who still don't know and understand polo, still don't get it. I've never been interested in polo. I'm only interested in polo when Harry and Nacho are playing. That's it. I don't care about it otherwise. So, but they're not going to be playing. I mean, at least the Los Padres team is not going to be playing the spring tournament this spring. And so don't know what Kiko, I think his name, and the other kid, they were both like 16 and 17. I think they turned 17 during the season last year. So they're about to be 18 now. Don't know if they're playing on the other teams, but or if Nacho is playing on any of the other teams. But Harry won't be playing. At least they're as a team. Los Padres is not going to be playing for this springtime. Which, I'm sad about it, but I'm also happy because, the press, so much of the press, I think the last year it was because we didn't know, it was just so new and everything. We had fun, but then when you have all the press and all of that stuff, it just makes it like, ew. just because, they will all come and just sort of congregate there, and it will be all. So I'm sure Harry probably just doesn't want to have to deal with any of that mess, where he can actually, he just want to do stuff where he can just play in peace and just have fun. There's no fun when the press comes and it just, can't. So maybe they'll do it in the fall. They do have a fall season as well. So maybe in the fall, who knows? And maybe, I'm sure they'll probably do another thing with, in Colorado for Sentebale. They did it last year, so maybe they'll do another one. We'll see him there. But last year, I do remember Harry having back issues. So whether that's also an issue, we saw him stretching a lot and having to have rub downs and all of that stuff a lot. So it may have really affected his back. That could be an issue as well. And also for this spring, Harry's going to be in the UK next month for his court cases. He has 2 court cases, going on. And so maybe it's just too much. That could be the issue as well. And plus, he has to go there for the coronation, come back. And then, the court cases in June. And so it's just a lot. And then, they do have Archwell going on. And then in September, they have, he has to prepare for Invictus games. So it's just a lot to take on. Plus the man is a husband and a father of 2 little ones. And so that's just too much. So it must probably is a good thing Harry is just, no, I need, that's just too many things to handle for one person. And, trying to have, some kind of sanity and some, also to have to take care of your mental health. So that could be the reason why, we're not seeing Harry. So we'll miss Harry for the spring, but that's okay. We'll come back to Polo and not know anything about Polo if they do it in October. So there you go. But we'll miss Harry and a horse. That's all I care about. Just seeing Harry and a horse. Don't know anything else about it, but And sorry, Church Nelly, won't be seeing. Well, I'm sure Nacho is going to pop up in different tournaments around. He's always playing polo. So there you go. Anyways, moving on from polo. What else is happening in the world? Oh, this. Well, back in December when this happened, when Jeremy Clarkson put out that incredibly awful news, him and the Sun published this incredible news article attacking Meghan. One of the things Brian Cartwright said back then was, don't expect anything basically from IPSO because they are pretty much useless, and that's supposedly the press watchdog in the UK. And he was like, don't expect anything. They are not going to do anything. They are useless, and they are in bed with the press. Actually, they were put there by the press, and also the head of the press of IPSO. When this happened, the day this happened, when it became big, he was on his way to have dinner, or is it lunch or dinner, with Rupert Murdoch. And I guess when people started asking, why are you going to meet with Rupert Murdoch when you need to be deciding on this? He canceled his meeting. I mean, this, and he was also a Tory MP. So Brian Cartwright is like, don't expect anything. So he said this way back then. And so he wrote this in Byline Times. As you remember, there's Byline Times and there's Byline Investigates. This is Byline Times. And so Brian says, update, 4 months after the Sun published Clarkson's vile misogynistic attack on Meghan, the useless press watchdog IPSO News, which received 25,100 complaints, is still dithering about what to do. As I wrote here, expect nothing. And he was so right. He was so right. 4 months later, they still haven't decided. And don't be surprised when it comes out, they do absolutely nothing. Again, Rupert Murdoch owns the Sun. And that's where the head of the IPSO was going to have lunch or dinner, whatever it is was going to have with Rupert Murdoch on that day. And it's like, why is the press watchdog having lunch or dinner or whatever it is he was having with Rupert Murdoch? The people who you're supposed to be watchdogging over, why are you going to do that? And so, as Brian Cartwright said, don't expect anything from them. And here we are 4 months later, and they still have done nothing. They're basically just waiting people out until they assume nobody, people are going to forget about it, and they can just put out their notice, and there'll be no outrage, because by the time they put it out, maybe 6-8 months later, there'll be no outrage against them, and people would have moved on. That's what they usually hope for. And so, yeah. Moving on. Oh. Yes, The Guardian. The Guardian has been really good lately. Sometimes they really fall off and they print these really off articles about the Sussexes, but a lot of times they do get it right, including a lot of the in-depth reporting that they've been doing on the royal family and the cost of the royal family. I'm going to do another one probably later tonight or tomorrow about their finance, about their riches, Prince Charles's riches, if you haven't seen the article. And so they, Marina Hyde, who writes these very funny, sometimes very snarky and very on point articles about the press, the British press, especially the tabloid press, and their obsession with the Sussexes. And so this is another one of them. She says, how is Britain rising to this inspiring coronation moment? By obsessing about the Sussexes again. And so just writing all the time, what they, all the things that they've been doing, and the thousands of articles they've been writing and all of that stuff. It's like, in the meantime, you have to ask, how confidence inspiring really is any event that has thus far been defined by about 4,000 articles and counting about the attendance or non-attendance of a couple of guests. Nothing says we're bigger than that and moved on like obsessing over social plans of 2 California residents. This event is so inspiring and generational and monumental that the sole thing people can truly get worked up about is how their worst person in the world, Meghan, isn't coming to it. Surely, the one interesting thing about King Charles isn't his fractured relationship with his younger son. And yet, the tale of the column inches seem to suggest it might be. For a couple who we keep hearing is no longer important, the Sussexes do still seem to be the only subject in town. And then she talks about how, like, Sarah Vaughan, she wrote this article about, she breathed a sigh of relief that Meghan isn't coming. While the next sentence, in the next paragraph, she's like, attacking Meghan for not coming. And it's just like one of those, like, Meghan is damned if she doesn't, she damned. She's like, she has articles for both. If she comes, let's attack her. But if she doesn't, I'm breathing a sigh of relief. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So the whole article is talking about, the fact that you hear hundreds of articles about how irrelevant this couple is, yet that is the only thing they're talking about. They're not talking about the coronation. They're not, very few articles. The majority of the articles that they're writing is about 2 people. One is coming, especially the one that's not coming. And it's just, it's crazy. And she's right. It's about 4,000 articles by now, who knows, maybe 5,000 and counting. So it's really, really ridiculous how I have never come across people like this. I didn't know people like this existed. And if they existed, I would never think that they would be reporters, supposedly reporters, or who try to, look at themselves as journalists. Like, no. So anyway, thank you, Marina Hyde, because that's all they're doing there is obsessing about, especially the one that's not coming. So there you go. How dare Meghan, decline an invitation to be among a bunch of stark raving lunatics. It's just like on a Shutter Island. Good for you, Meghan. Moving on. Something wonderful and fun. Invictus. Yes. Oh my goodness. That is heating up in Germany, man. They are, we knew we know how The Hague was amazing. So Germany is like, oh, we're going to be, they're like, if you thought The Hague was amazing, we are going to be, it's going to be something of something that you experience once in a lifetime. They are just out for that. So anyway, the German embassy, and I love this. I love how the embassies are tweeting about things. And so the German embassy in the US, Germany in the USA, they tweeted, it says, Unconquered Invictus Games is an international sporting event for the wounded service members. IG-23 will be hosted in Dusseldorf. A press conference was hosted today at the embassy in support. Defense Attaché Rear Admiral Ristol gave info at Boeing as the presenting partner. And we'll get back to Boeing in a second as the presenting partner. But I love that. I love the embassy, the German embassy. They are tweeting about it. General Carsten Brauer is a German general. And I love that. I love these high-ranking people tweeting about it. They're all excited. It says, you gave health for our safety. And for me, you are the epitome of the strong mindset and will never give up. This is exemplary. In September 2023, at Invictus, the E will start. We show our appreciation and make Dusseldorf the home for respect. And he is a German general. And Invictus Dusseldorf tweeted, it says, what an evening. This is the press conference they're talking about. What an evening this week at NRW in Berlin, invited by Henrik Wüst, he is the president of, I think it's a state in Germany by the Rhine, which is like that river we talked about before. And so he's a president of that state. And so it says, what an evening this week at NRW in Berlin, invited by Henrik Wüst. We were able to present the Invictus Games on the Berlin stage and introduce our guests to Team Germany. So he got to meet the team, and you can see one of the team members there meeting him at the bottom, and that's him, Henrik Wüst. I'm trying to say something like German, Wüst, Henrik Wüst. That's him on the right there at the podium speaking. So I am so excited about Invictus in September. And so back to Boeing. So Boeing tweeted about it, Boeing Europe. It says, determination, resilience, inspiration. That's what we see in competitors of the Invictus Games. For the first time, we will serve as presenting partner at Invictus DE. Our duty is to you. There you go. And I love this. And it's funny because at The Hague, the presenting organization, the presenting partner was Land Rover. And we remember Prince Harry and Meghan and their little Land Rovers there. And also Prince Harry doing the Land Rover obstacle course. I know some squaddies did it and was screaming all the way. There were videos of them screaming all the way doing it. And yeah, of course, you see Harry down there doing and he one of the Team UK female competitors was the driver for Prince Harry there. And so it was very fun watching it. So since they're not the presenting partner this year, I'm assuming they're still with Invictus, just not the presenting partner this year. Boeing is. So if they did this with these little model cars, what is Boeing going to be doing? I mean, are they going to be doing the model planes? Like how when I talked about, a few episodes back, I talked about Tyler Perry and I showed photos of Tyler Perry's model airplane. And he is a fanatic for these model airplanes. So is Boeing gonna have like model airplanes, little model airplanes? So Harry, I don't know if Meghan is gonna be there this time. So is he gonna have them there? What is Boeing going to be doing to top Land Rover from Dusseldorf? So very interesting. I'm assuming Harry probably got one of those model cars for Archie. So if Boeing does a model plane, does Harry, get a model plane for Archie and Lilybet? who knows? Maybe if that happens, he can hang out with Tyler. I mean, not he, but they, both Lily and Archie, could hang out with, Godfather Tyler and play with marble planes. I mean, that's just all my fantasy here. I like to talk about what I fantasize and what I think of. That is all my fantasy about what is happening here. None of this is obviously I knew nothing. There was no evidence for any of this. That's just my fantasy of what will happen. But it's just very exciting to imagine what Boeing will be presenting. So very exciting. And we know that Invictus, team up with so many different fun organizations, whether it's video games and all of that stuff, and also Better Up and all of that. I'm sure they'll be probably part of Invictus Dusseldorf as well. So much fun to be expected from the games. Also, the Polish, I think Polish ambassador tweeted about it. Dariusz Paulos, he's a Polish ambassador in Germany. He tweeted about it. He said, at the invitation of Prime Minister Hendrik Wüst, I was able to get to know the German team for Invictus Games Dusseldorf 2023. Invictus DE and RN in Berlin, NRW, in Berlin today. Team Invictus Poland will, of course, be there. So, and obviously Invictus we tweeted him and said, yes, we're looking forward to Team Poland. So Dariusz Paulos is the Polish ambassador in Germany. So he was also part of this whole press conference that they had there. And also Harry was there. Harry joined that whole thing with the Prime Minister and also the Polish ambassador and all of them at Invictus. Part of that group, Harry was there, and obviously he was there via video link. And so it was, I wish we can get the whole video for the whole conference, but most likely we won't. But it was very exciting to see. They are excited. We are excited. Invictus 2023 coming up, September 9th to 23. It is going to be amazing. So Germany is excited. They already got their train. They got their train, their planes, and their automobiles and ready to go. So kudos to them. Very, very, very exciting. So anyways, also another organization working with the Sussexes and Archwell, World Central Kitchen, doing amazing things as usual. WCK Sam is in Idlib, I think it's Idlib, Syria, where we will distribute 10,000 meal kits to earthquake-impacted communities. As focus in the region turns to long-term recovery, World Central Kitchen is winding down our efforts to each of these kits, including a month's worth of food for a family of 5. So they have been out there since the earthquake happened in Syria and Turkey, and they have been serving, and they're going to be distributing 10,000 meal kits to impacted communities. And so they are winding down their efforts there as everything now, the recovery is now long-term recovery, I guess, rebuilding and doing whatever they need to do in Syria and Turkey. So again, World Central Kitchen and Archwell has been supporting them with all the work that they've been doing around the world. Again, they run to the struggle. So thank you so much, World Central Kitchen, and all of our Sussex Squad. Of course, we've done fundraisers to support them, and all of us here in our community who have supported World Central Kitchen. So amazing work by them. Again, service is universal, and the Sussexes and their partners are showing that. What else is happening? Travalyst is doing amazing. They are doing incredible work. And so, they are quietly doing their stuff, and all of these different travel organizations are using the work and the that Travalyst has created in terms of whether it's airplane, which airplane have the less the less footprints, their carbon footprints, or what hotel is the most green, or what areas to go to where you're not destroying the communities, but and what areas that are doing incredible things that maybe you may not have known, because the majority of people will go to the popular places. And a lot of times what happens is, because so many people go there, they destroy the community in some way. And so Travalyst is really highlighting different places a lot of times that maybe we didn't know about, and highlighting different works that people are doing that maybe we didn't know about. So it's just really, really, really wonderful to see what they are doing and how they are doing it. And so this is their blog post, I guess you can call it a blog post. So this is a blog post that they posted recently. It says, spotlight on European Nature Trust, because a lot of their work has been, in Africa and stuff like that. Most of the places that they have highlighted have been in Africa. And so, but this part is that they are highlighting this place in Europe. It says, cooperation is key to European Nature Trust, which works with local NGOs and sustainable tour operators to protect Europe's last great wilderness, while bringing travelers to experience all they have to offer. And again, they usually work in a lot of the places that they highlight is, Europe, the Middle East or Africa or whatever, but they're spotlighting Europe for this one. And it says, founded in 2000 by Polo, the European Nature Trust tent was born from what he calls an awakening. Following his father's sudden ill health, Lister says he saw environmental damage that has been done to Scotland. In an effort to reverse the effects of the country having lost 97% of its forest cover, he purchased Allerdale Wilderness Reserve in the Highlands and transformed it into a blueprint for successful rewilding and ecotourism. And he has taken that model to different parts to different parts of Europe again, to Romania, Spain, Portugal, Italy. He's done, basically taken that model to those different places to do exactly this. And so they have spotlighted. So this is a great place, to check out and visit, and to see the work that they're doing there. But it's great that they're highlighting different organizations and different places that people can go and really to educate people who, I'd never heard of this before. So yeah. So all in an effort to really, publicize and ecotourism. So kudos to Travalyst doing their stuff. And, I don't understand all of the things that they're doing, but others do. So I'm going to put the link to this in our show notes, so you can go ahead and read. I mean, there's a lot more that they say about this. I just, pulled out a little clip of it. So definitely go take a read and see what, again, this is all this is all a company that, if you didn't know about Travalyst, this was founded by Prince Harry, and his model for basically green travel is now used by all of these different travel agencies, travel sites that you can see, where you see the carbon emissions from airplanes, or you see how green a hotel is, or you see how whatever you need to have a green vacation. You can find a lot of, and if you see it on one of those travel sites, then chances are they're using the model created by Travalyst again. So it is amazing the work that Harry and his team has done. And it's so amazing that he doesn't get the credit that this deserves. He really doesn't. People aren't really having, other than those in the travel industry, it isn't advertised as much as it does. And when it does, people, definitely not the UK press. They have not been really crediting Harry with doing this amazing thing. So again, service is universal. Harry is privately and quietly doing this incredible work in California. So yeah, So kudos to Prince Harry and the Travalyst team. Anyways, moving on. Archwell, I'm telling you, the Sussexes are just they are involved in everything. It's wonderful. And we remember when Harry and Meghan came for this award, the Robert Kennedy Human Rights Award in New York in December, where I was playing paparazzi, the world's worst horrible paparazzi ever. And and so part of, they picked up the award. And part of that was that they announced that, that they are going to be doing this award with the Robert Kennedy Human Rights. They are going to be doing this video award. And so this is on the website, the Robert Kennedy Human Rights site, that Kerry Kennedy, actually, she is like the president or the founder or whatever she is with it, and that's her there with the Sussexes. So this is a little bit about the award, and also I'm going to put the link in the show notes, and you can see the email down there, where if you have a teenager, and it will tell you the age and everything, the age limits for that. But a little bit about this award. It says this year, Speak Truth to Power competition will also bring together students, educators, and human rights defenders for the first time ever. Archwell Foundation Award for Gender Equity in Student Film. Let me read that again so it makes sense. This year's Speak Truth to Power competition will also bring together students, educators, and human rights defenders for the first time ever. Archwell Foundation Award for Gender Equity in Student Film. The award will recognize students who have harnessed the power of visual storytelling to highlight a woman who has uplifted her community and, in doing so, changed the course of history for women everywhere. The new award will be presented along with the grand prize winner during the 2023 Tribeca Film Festival event in New York City. And the grand prize winner and the Archwell Foundation Award for Gender Equity in Student Film winners will participate in the Tribeca event in New York City, where videos will premiere. So again, if you have college, students, I think it's 13 to 15, something like that. I forgot the exact age, but the link is in the show notes. So if you have teenagers or teenagers that can benefit from this, and especially young people getting into videos or film or any of those things that you think could participate, or you have young activists in your life and that think that they could put together something that fits this criteria, definitely have them submit, do their work, submit it, and their work could be presented at the Tribeca Film Festival, which is a big festival in New York. It's Robert De Niro started that festival years and years ago. It used to be at my old college, BMCC. I think they moved it. I'm not sure if they still have it there, but it used to be down there and other theaters around Tribeca. So it's a big festival in New York. So definitely to have your work shown there is really prestigious. So it would be great if you have students or if you know someone, definitely. Again, the link would be in the show notes, so that way you can do that well. So kudos again to Archwell. Always, whenever they go and pick up an award for something, they always give something back. They don't go empty-handed. And so this is a fantastic. I look forward to seeing more about it. And again, teaming up with Kerry Kennedy and the Robert Kennedy Human Rights Foundation is wonderful. Such an incredible team that they've created there. So kudos. Thank you, Harry and Meghan, for your incredible work. Again, service is universal. So anyway, finally, tomorrow, and I kept forgetting to remind everyone, tomorrow is our 2 Cents Book Club. And we are going to be talking about Viola Davis's book, Finding Me. Whew! This book is something else, man. I am very excited to hear your thoughts on this book. This has been a doozy. And again, I knew nothing about this woman's life. I only know her name, Viola Davis, and she's been in some movies that some of them I've seen, some of them I haven't seen. And so it's just, she's an amazing actress, and it's just amazing goodness, This book has just been like, whoa. There's some things in there that I was like, what? I was just like floored, and so I'm very excited to hear your guys' take, what you got out of it, what floored you, what astounded you, what is just like, my life is great, after reading that. So I am just looking forward to it. I hope many of you will call in. I'd love for, to have a whole group of us just call in and just sit around talking about this book. And so that would be amazing. So again, Viola Davis, Finding Me. And you don't have to have finished, you may have finished reading it or you don't. Either way is fine. Even if you didn't finish reading it, whatever you got out of whatever you read, I'm almost done. I think I'll definitely be done by the end of today. But it's just, I've had to read it in small doses. And so I just definitely look forward to hearing your thoughts on Viola Davis's Finding Me. So I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow at 1. So, yep. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I got. Yep, that's it. Thank you so much. This is just going to be a drop today. I don't think there's going to be a live chat. At least I haven't decided yet. But if there is, thank you in advance to our awesome moderators, Lydia Churchnelli, Karen M, Cookies and Cream. Thank you so much for always keeping our chat safe and nice and fun. Thank you. And also too, our 2 Cents Group members who support the channel on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. Financially, I should say, support the channel on a monthly basis. I appreciate you so very much. All of you for your support in every way. Thank you. And to all of our Gold Store supporters who support in the chat, as you can see. You can see in the chat, the super chats, just the straight up donations, all of it. Thank you for all the ways that you support the channel. I really appreciate it. So you can also do merchandise. The link is in the show notes, definitely. If you'd like to get some Facts and 2 Cents. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just do this? Merchandise, so people know our merchandise. There we go. Facts and 2 Cents merchandise. If you're interested in getting it, the link is in the show notes. So definitely jump over there and get some Facts and 2 Cents merch. So fantastic. So thank you guys so much. If you are on here and you're new here and you have not yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe or click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video. Please like and share this video, and you can also join the 2 Cents Group. Thank you to all of you who have done all of these things, and thank you in advance to all of you who will. So I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day. I love you guys. I'm going to put back my banner, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you.